Welcome to TalkBack, the show where we ask tough, compelling questions from tough, compelling people. He is the uncrowned king of Pakistani cricket, the all-powerful cricket czar of the PCB. Ijaz Butt, welcome to TalkBack.
Thank you, Ijaz.
Okay, now, Butts up real quickly. 1 year ago, around the time you came to power, nobody wanted to play in Pakistan. There was a doping scandal. The Champions Trophy had been postponed. No tests were played throughout the year you came in, 2008. It was a pretty bad year, and there was a projection. The day you came in, there was an announcement in an editorial that Butt's first task will be to restore the image of Pakistan cricket. He is also facing a tough task to convince foreign teams to tour Pakistan. This is written almost a year ago. But people say that it's gotten from bad to worse. How would you defend that?
I don't think it's gone from bad to worse. This all depends on the situation, the security situation over here. We have been going out of the way to ensure that we play matches offshore so that our boys are at least involved in cricket all the time. We played against Australia very successfully in Abu Dhabi and Dubai offshore. Those were our matches that we played over there. And similarly, we have been successful in organizing Australia's tour to Pakistan, test matches in England.
But is that good enough? Because the bottom line is, as a cricket fan would ask, as a cricket connoisseur would ask, as any Pakistani national would ask, when is cricket coming back to Pakistan? What is a tangible date you have for us?
That's not good. I think that is good enough in the present circumstances. Because if you say that's not good enough, you have to keep our boys playing at least. The situation as regard you are asking me for a deadline, I think there is some other quarters that should be asked that question. It's the security. As soon as the security is acceptable to ICC and to the visiting side, we will be having teams play here.
But Chairman, nobody's taking away the fact that this country is in the middle of one of the largest wars ever in human history. That's not a question though. The question is a different one. After the attack on the Sri Lankan team, when everybody pretty much came out and told Pakistan that they're not going to be playing here, when the World Cup was stripped away from us, you came up with a timeline. You said on the record that within 6 to 9 months, you will bring cricket back, international cricket back to Pakistan. This was your promise on the record around that time. Now it's the end of the year, it's been 6 to 9 months, no cricket.
I don't recall that promise. If I make a promise, I make all-out efforts to ensure that I fulfill.
You're on the record, Chairman.
If I'm on a record, this is something which I would take back as a wrong statement by me, because that's not in my control. Okay. I can't make a statement like this, that the security of Pakistan is going to be improving in 6 to 9 months. I have no authority on that. There are many other people who can, on authority, say that. But I doubt if you say so, I've said it. Okay. I would like to withdraw on that.
Fair enough, Chairman, but how about this one? You're making progress trying to get us offshore stations. Matches are being held next door in the Middle East. Now, just recently, you've met the ECB chair. You've met Mr. Giles. He's promised that, and this is a breakthrough. We were talking about this right before this interview started. There's a breakthrough. It's going to be a first for an offshore match in Lords for Pakistan. Will PCB lose money? Are TV deals going to be enough to foster this on?
Let me explain to you that the major revenues come from the media and not from the gate money. Although the money...
Is that enough though? Is that enough?
That's not enough at all. We lose money. Let me explain to you. Our media contract, which expires in 2012, is for $145 million. Out of that $145 million, $95 million is between Pakistan and India. So if we don't play that, we have no money. We're going to be broke very soon.
But have you done the cost-benefit analysis on playing in the UK? It's a very expensive place to play.
We have done the cost-benefit analysis. Let me tell you, we make more money playing there than we playing in Pakistan. Much more money.
I really hope that's not the only reason we're moving.
No, that's not the reason, but England is the only place you have full houses as far as the test cricket is concerned. We don't have much attendance here in test cricket. One day, yes. 2020, yes.
Okay, now moving on, speaking of the financial state of the PCB, this was in the paper just over the weekend on November 21st. There was a audit conducted on the PCB, and this is a quote from the Auditor General, the most powerful accountant in Pakistan, evidently. And he says, and this is a direct quote, "After going through the accounts, I can say that this is not the PCB, but it is like a shop. The affairs of the cricket board are being run like a shop, which is sad." This is the Auditor General of Pakistan talking to Public Account Committee parliamentarians.
Please mind you, this is not from our period. I took over in October 2008. This audit is from the period for 5 years prior to June 2008.
I understand.
All the comments are there.
I
don't want to make comments here on the air about the past, what happened and what was done. Auditor General has already done that.
Okay, well, let's talk about the report a little bit. Now, you weren't implicated in it. Whatever they've audited goes back to 3 administrations, 3 different administrations ranging back to 5 years before yours. So you're out of the loop on this one. But this is a 50-page report which says the following. Firstly, some stock figures. 140 million rupees misappropriated in the last 5 years. Now, these are not recovered loans, unauthorized legal expenses, and even property rental, right? Now, the breakdown, sir, is staggering. 12.3 million rupees owed by broadcasters, 66 million rupees owed by rental around Gaddafi Stadium, 6.1 million rupees in room rentals which are due at the National Cricket Academy, 20 million rupees by unauthorized legal fees for defending Mohammad Yusuf, 10.5 million for loans, unauthorized loans. This is ridiculous. To the Hockey and Golf Federations, 7 millions for 2 consultants on an abandoned project, 4 millions for kit bags bought, 4 million rupees for untendered kit bags. I know it's a little long, but you're looking at a joint total combined with another staggering figure, around 42.6 million for deals with a TV channel. You're looking at between 03 and 08. Now, you weren't here. I'm going to wrap this up. Between 03 and 08, you're looking at the grand total of almost 300 million rupees missing from Pakistani cricket, unaccounted for. Now, you've been in power for 1 year. What are you doing about it? Where's the money trail?
No. Hold on. We cannot intervene unless and until somebody tells us to do this. This matter was discussed in detail yesterday in the PAC meeting. We have told them either somebody in the government takes some action or we should be allowed to take action.
What action would you take,
hold
sir?
on. My lawyers, I've already asked prior to this, they said you cannot take any action until and unless you are clear to do that. For example, if I lodge a FIR and then somebody comes and tells me, my lawyer says you can't do it until and unless you have a go-ahead from the Auditor General or the Government of Pakistan or somebody who matters, you can't do it on your own.
Well, you can go back further. We weren't that bad, though. But back in right here, in 1996, World Cup final, hosted right here. You remember it.
I ran the World Cup also.
And let me remind
I
you.
had 24 people then, and we ran the entire World Cup, and it was also written in most of the books also, those were written in those.
Then why are you
running? It was better than India.
Then why are you running what in the army would be the size of a division, sir, in the PCB today? You've been in power for 1 year.
Because the general of the division insists that you stick around with these people, as many as possible.
And who's the general of the division?
Let's settle down sometime.
I'm assuming you're talking about the president.
No, I'm not talking about any individual at all. But this is the system where, the 99% of those people have come in from political pressures or some pressure or the other. They have no work whatsoever and they want to still carry.
Okay, Chairman Saab, finally, on the record, would you take the previous administrators of the PCB to task, either by lodging an FIR or any other sort of legal action, if you had the go-ahead right now, today?
If I get the go-ahead, of course I will do that. Because unless I do that, there's no, no holding the bar for many of these people who are still there. So the same thing can be repeated.
Hold that thought right there, Chairman. We're with Ijaz Butt, Pakistan's all-powerful cricket czar. Stay tuned to Talk Back.